Clean round. Ah, dude, the grass shower early in the morning.
What's up, guys? And we're back with another Regular Guy 90 gun and gear review. Today we're actually going to focus on something pretty neat that I found out about quite a while ago. And I invested in it because of the fact that it seemed like a really good idea. There were some quirks that a lot of guys threw out, and the fact of the matter is that I didn't know if it would perform well enough. However, what I did find out was that this specific type of rifle actually works. What this is the Smith & Wesson M&P 15R, and because it's the M&P 15R, what that actually means is that it is the 5.45 by 39 chambered rifle. That's why I commonly refer to it as my AR-74. To me, what this actually does is it blends two really successful designs. The AK-74 and the 5.45 by 39 round, and basically has a lot of notoriety. It performs well ballistically, performs well penetration-wise, and it also performs well under a lot of heat and under a lot of stress as far as machines are concerned. And what this is this specific barrel, and I don't know if you can see this really well. I'm going to flip this over and try to focus it. But you can see here that this barrel is marked 5.45 by 39 millimeter. And I noticed that over the course of several thousand rounds, this thing performs very well. And the cyclic system and how they tune and how Smith basically builds the system is very, very reliable. You can see that I have a Slide Fire Solutions bump fire stock on here, and unless I overdrive pushing the rifle and get hammer set where the hammer follows the firing pin instead of striking it, there are no malfunctions whatsoever. Really, that is a user malfunction. You see in the clips that it fires at real high rates of fire. That specific day I brought out 12 magazines and fired them back to back. And yes, it got ridiculously hot. Yes, I was holding on to the magazine for pretty much the duration of the range day following like the 6th or 7th mag. But the fact of the matter is that I had a giant pool of steel casings on the floor, and I was a happy customer for the most part because it shot reliably the entire day. And I'm actually starting to get used to this stock, so I don't get the whole hammer setback thing on a regular basis anymore. It's actually pretty rare. You can see that it is a standard bolt carrier type group. This is a direct impingement gas system. There are some like the Adams Arms 545 by 39 upper that run a piston system. But for a rifle that already has a really good operating system, I personally prefer DI over pistons in ARs for a variety of reasons. But I decided to pick Smith mainly because these guys have been in it since the 1800s and they build really good AR-15s. Okay. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to take this rifle down really quickly, or at least part of it, so that we can get a look at the actual insides. Now this rifle is this bolt carrier here is actually pretty dry. I shot the crap out of it and then let it sit for a while. Only thing I had was some gun oil instead of the grease that I typically like to use. But you can see here that it actually looks like a typical M16 style bolt carrier. What I noticed was that, and I'm probably going to catch some hell for this, is that this is an AR-15 style bolt carrier. You can usually tell because AR-15 style bolt carriers are cut out about halfway. This is filled in as far as the steel is concerned. but then this is cut out. I kind of wanted an M16 style bolt carrier, but I didn't really know, to be honest with you, too terribly much as far as how it would perform with the specific loads that 5.45 uses. Because if you notice, the 5.45 casing, which I'll show you in a little bit, there's not quite as much powder driving that projectile as 5.56. So heavier weight might actually be a bad thing, because it is riding on a lower that has a heavy buffer spring in there. There's actually an H2 buffer spring in there, and I'll show you that really fast as well. And yeah, it's pretty dirty, but you can see the H2 buffer in there. So there's already some weight in the recoil system. I don't know what the additional weight would do. Most people that fire semi-autos on a regular basis, or that dick with ARs on a regular basis, will tell you that too much weight on your springs could start short stroking, meaning you could start getting stovepipes and things like that. So I decided to leave the AR bolt carrier alone. Now I'm going to bring this bolt carrier back up, and you can actually see that it's quality made. There's staking, good staking, on the screws that go into your gas key here. The bolt carrier itself is chrome lined on the insides. The gas rings are actually pretty heavy duty. They have not frayed at all. I fired about 5,000+ rounds through this, 500 of which within 5 minutes. So it's held up just fine. You can see that it's polishing away pretty quickly. Now, really, this is just a quick rundown on a really impressive system to me, because anyone that knows ARs and stuff like that will pretty much understand that this functions exactly like an AR type system. Matter of fact, the charging handle that it's in here is an AR charging handle. The MOE handguards that are on here are obviously AR-15 type. The sights, as far as front and rear, are AR-15 type. What the only change that this really was is similar to a 300 blackout change. Your barrel, your upper receiver, and your bolt group are the only differences. Now, these do take 5.45 rounds do take a specific magazine that chambers 5.45. You can't run standard GI magazines with the 5.45 cartridge, because if you try to do that, your cartridges, as you stack them one on top of the other, they'll start to nosedive, because the length of the actual bullet in the round is a little longer. So be warned, you will have to get 5.45 by 39 AR magazines to run on this setup. However, this is actually a really good opportunity for a lot of guys, because there used to be huge flack on the magazines that a lot of guys were using on the AR 74, I guess I can say. These magazines at first came from C products, and a lot of guys were talking about really, really shitty quality magazines that would just give them all kinds of problems. To their credit, C products allowed everyone that had a problem with a magazine to return it, and then they'd send you a new one. New C products magazines, which are running in this gun, have a non-tilting follower, like a Magpul PMag. They're made out of steel, and I've actually had zero problems with all 12 magazines that I bought for this specific system. Okay, ASC has manufactured magazines for the 5.45 to answer the C products question, I guess you can say. But the fact of the matter is that, to me, the C products issue has all but completely gone away, specifically because I bought this before 2012 ended, and I've shot a lot of rounds through it, and it's pretty easy to see, to me, that those magazines are not an issue anymore, and they're cheaper. Okay, they're about $12 a piece. Probably not now, because of how how the magazine issues and stuff like that are going on. AIM Surplus has not flexed their prices, which is fantastic. So when they come in, buy them. Okay. And this brings me to another really valid point, in my opinion, about this. If you plan on training with the AR and the AK system, if you buy an AK-74 and this 5.45 by 39 upper, you have full powered cartridges that feel exactly like 5.56 in this AR, but they're the same. So you can standardize your loadout within your safe. And 5.45 is decidedly cheaper than 5.56. With the ammunition prices that are going up now, they're still at about 16 cents a round versus 5.56's 30 plus cents a round now, which is fucking ridiculous. But that's pretty much it, guys. There wasn't much to talk about here. I just wanted to get the word out that the Smith & Wesson M&P 15R running the 5.45 by 39 cartridge is outstanding. It's very reliable. And by the way, I've had no issues with corrosive ammunition whatsoever. The only thing that I do when I'm done shooting it is I rotate it over, douse everything that would have touched gas with Windex, and the salts go away, and then you can clean it at your leisure. That's why this is actually still dirty. I just got this back from a range day. So, it's been a regular Guy 90, everybody. Please like, favorite, and subscribe. And I really hope that you like the videos, and I really hope that you like the adjusted lighting. Take it easy.
And magazine out.